morning, buenos dias. I'm Daisy Garriga. You're listening to 89.9 WQTQ, live from Hartford, Connecticut. You're now listening to Teen Takeover, so make sure you check in with us every third Sunday. And I'm here with my girl, Jamilia. Jamilia, tell them what we do, girl.
Wagwan, everyone. My name is Jamila Johnson, a senior at Weaver High School. Teen Takeover is led by students at Weaver High School Journalism and Media Pathway, where we are going to give many opportunities to network, learn, and build that resume.
Girl, who you telling? My resume like 2 pages long. That's not even good enough for McDonald's, girl.
But the Journalism and Media Pathway is a family here at Weaver. We all eat together, so I would like to shout out to our whole team. We got Jamila, myself, Jonathan, Liberty, Sebastian, and our girl Leah. But as we cannot forget our already CT program manager for the Journalism and Media Pathway track, Dr. O'Shane Thorpe. Here at the Teen Takeover, you are going to hear a little bit of everything from tea time to real talk, sports, teen, reach out. We all a little bit here at 89.9 WQTQ. So let's start off with a quote that I believe we can all relate with, and it says, "The most valuable lesson in life cannot be taught, they must be learned, experienced."
Yeah, I really agree with that, and because sometimes we fear rejection, or making mistakes, and without that, we can't succeed. But the only way to win is to lose, and you gotta fall, get back up and try again. That's a winner's mentality.
Yes, girl, preach. I feel as if you have to be the person you want to attract. Like, if you're a winner, hang with people who are hungry for success,
right,
who want to get better, who makes you want to be better. Like, believe we're going to take a second and self-reflect and look in the mirror and wonder, how can I be a better me? How can I get to a point where I am setting myself up for success, peace, blessing, and love?
Yeah, like the moment we start to want to be better for ourselves, everyone and everything follows your lead. Those who aren't for you will see the door. And I don't know, I believe that's a really inspirational quote, especially with the coming of age and all of that. You control your soul, body, and mind, and you just got to keep on striving. And I feel like those quotes are important for us as teenagers to understand, because sometimes we fear rejection, we don't want to make mistakes, but you have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable sometimes.
Y'all, all may be seated. Girl, I can't be with you. Bye. It's Sunday night, you talking out the church. Why go to a service? Wait.
Girl, you are so funny. Why are you talking so robotic? It's Sunday time, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here preaching to you, and it's, you're not, girl, thank you for coming to church today.
All right, for today, tea time is not too hot. We need to spill it. Let's talk about Blue Face and Chrisean Rock.
Girl, I mean, let me tell you something about them. I can't even start. But, speaking of relationships, our next segment is called Tea Time, where after our motivational conversation, we bring y'all straight to church and straight through the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Not the shade room, but tea time. It's a little different with us because, we're gonna talk our talk and walk our walk. But, make sure you follow our Instagram account at Teen Takeover, and, DM us for trending and famous tea that's too hot. We got to spill it here. Remember, my name's Daisy Griga. This is Jamilia Johnson, and you're listening to 89.9 WQTQ. This is Teen Takeover. Jamilia, what do you know about Chrisean and Blue Face? Let's start there.
First of all, Chrisean and Blue Face is really a hot mess. They're on social media like every second. You see them fighting. If they're not arguing, you see them punching each other on social media all over the place. And now I'm hearing that Chrisean is pregnant. So, I don't know.
I'm going to give you a blurb real quick. This is just for those who don't know who they are. So, Blue Face and Chrisean are two celebrity rappers, right, who've been together since about 2020. They met at a reality dating show. And Blue Face's baby mother punched Chrisean in the teeth. So, she has this, one tooth missing.
That's why she lost her teeth? I did not know that's how she lost her teeth.
And so he found that just so attractive. I mean, MMA.
That's crazy.
He loved that about her. And then from there, I mean, she got tattoos of him and all of this.
6-7 tattoos.
Correct.
It's picture on her teeth.
And you ask yourself, okay, is this cute to society, or is this just toxicity? So at this point, I'm really confused about, what they got going on. But girl, do you think this is toxic or what?
I think it's really toxic because the way they be acting with each other on social media is like they're trying to make it normal for people to think that like you should be fighting in a relationship with your partner and stuff like that, which is not normal. Like, who goes around beating each other like their partner, fighting their parents and stuff like that? Like, that is not cute.
Yeah, I agree with you, girl. I don't know. This is the type of relationship you try to keep your kids away from seeing, you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother conversation. But recently, after, you know, allegations that she was pregnant, she ended up actually going on social media, right, with a bunch of videos, and Blueface was not having it. He was just like, I'm the only Blueface around here. You're not about to. So he ended up denying the baby, and he had a birthday party. Why did Chrisean decide to crash that birthday party? She crashed it and
That's
beat
so
up almost like 3 people there.
Yeah, I saw a video like she was fighting 2 girls on the floor and everything. She even fight his mom and his sister.
Yes, it's that right there is not love, baby. That right there, that is a court case to me. But
yeah, they really need to get help.
Another struggle is that they party a lot, right? So she's constantly drinking. She's under the influence of alcohol. Does that play a role in the relationship? Can you be able to maintain a relationship and be honest with each other and conversate when you guys are under the influence of alcohol and all that stuff? Can you even like be genuine and have those conversations, or are you just blabbering the whole time?
For you, because like the other day I saw them fighting online, and then like an hour later they're on live, booed up in bed and everything. I'm like, are they really serious? And
that's the struggle, because these are artists that we watch, right? So kids who are young-minded, who aren't mature, they're going to be influenced by whatever they
like,
see.
Thinking, like, is this what a relationship should be like?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be getting abused by my partner and stuff like that? Which it's not normal, like.
It's not.
Yeah.
But that goes back to a toxic home, right? Because that's all they know. That's all she knows. She never had communication in the house. Her mother was on drugs. Her dad wasn't around. So that's all she knows. And that's the struggle, right? You see these families together. And she's like, I'm never going to be like that. And she's stated that multiple times. I will never be this ideal family. Like, this is who I am. This is what I grew up. So I'm going to keep fighting him because I don't want him to leave. You know, she feels like she needs him. Yeah. But that's tough, though, because they have their own reality TV show called Crazy in Love.
For real?
And it is a camera crew walking around watching them beat each other up.
Oh,
that is crazy.
And I think a video was there on that same show when Blueface was beating her dad.
Yep.
So I don't understand their relationship. Like, it is so toxic. Sometimes I wonder if they're just doing it for clout for social media, or if it's like, this is like real life stuff they be doing.
And that's a tough situation. I don't know. I believe Chrisean and Blueface are kind of like shaping, I don't want to say they're shaping social media right now, but that's all the headlines this whole time. So speaking of Chrisean and Blueface, we're going to turn over to our Real Talk segment, where we basically just, you know, kind of elaborate more on the severity of that tea time, you know? So right now we're going to talk about toxic relationships. As we can see, she is clearly, you know, going through it. Like, she's going through it.
Like she's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, a breakdown,
online. Yeah, and she doesn't know how to deal with it, because a lot of people online are saying like she needs to get like real help, because their relationship is so toxic, and like you can see that it's draining. And some people are so tired of seeing, like, you be in the comments in the shade room, people are like, why shade room keep on posting them? Like, their relationship is so toxic.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's a tough situation as well, because I feel that at times, right, when you grow up in a toxic home, all it really does for you is it shapes you, right? I don't know if it shapes you into being timid, but she feels less than others. She went to high school. She was a track star. I mean, everyone loved her. And then she gets into the rap industry, and now she has to pretend to be someone, right? So to shift that over back to the toxic relationships, I don't know if their relationship is toxic or abusive, or both. I'm still struggling to figure that out.
I think it's both, because she be beating him, he be beating her. Like, it's toxic and abusive.
But there's more to abuse than fighting. And I've realized that after, you know, watching them, because the real definition, right, of toxic is someone who mentally and physically is bad for your physical and mental health, right?
Yeah.
But it's constant drama. She's isolating herself. How can kids learn a healthy relationship when they grow up in a toxic home? That's the question.
I really don't know how they can. Probably they could get help, because even in the school, there are people in the school that could probably help them and stuff like that. I don't know, but I think she should really get help. Him too, they should go to counseling or something, because it's not cute to be in the public eye being so toxic and stuff like that. And a lot of kids are watching them and probably think that this is the norm or something like that, when it really is not.
Yeah, I think you need to want to be a better person for your significant other. I think being in a toxic relationship looks different for adults than it looks for teenagers, right? Because when you're an adult, it's like, okay, the only way your kids are going to get food on the table if you don't get an income is like, you have to do as I say. If you want your kids to get food on the table and you're not working and it's under me, I decide when I come around, I decide, right? So you feel like you have to do as that person says to provide for your kids, right? But on the outside of the kids, it's like, oh, I want to go to a party, I want to have fun. No, you're not going anywhere.
Or they probably even get these traits from their parents. They probably see their parents doing the same thing and think that is the norm. Like, my parents is doing this, I should do it, it's the norm. I don't know.
Toxic relationships lead to depression. It leads to so many, mental health illnesses that you don't know you could get from that. But toxic relationships are not only for friends. Are not only for significant others, they're for friends. And you have to keep that in mind. So when you think about you're in a toxic relationship, like, we can have a toxic friendship. You can make me feel like I'm insignificant because you don't listen to me. And you feel like your opinion is valid. So it's important that when you are in a relationship, you self-assess yourself. You're like, I'm going to set myself up so that I can be the best person for yourself. And there's a couple questions I actually wanted to talk to you about, but I think we're going down the track of, like, what does a toxic friendship look like to you?
Like, somebody basically acting like a narcissist.
Literally.
That's how I could put it.
Literally.
Like, they always feel like the whole friendship is about them. They make everything about them. They don't try to listen to what you gotta say. And basically, acting like a narcissist.
I see that. I don't know. I think my question I always wondered, and I've talked to my mom about this the other day, is how does somebody know, right, that is someone born, like, being in a household, right, that's toxic? Do you grow up to continue to be toxic, or is there a way, like, do people believe they can change? Because, for instance, not to go back, but Chrisean, she doesn't think she cannot be toxic. She doesn't think she could be in a healthy relationship with him. She believes this is how it's supposed to be because of how she was brought up. Is there a way that you can, do you have to be open-minded? Do you have to want to change? Like, what are the factors that you need in your life to actually stop this toxicity and grow from that?
I think you have to want to change. You have to want to get help for yourself to see that, like, there's a difference. Like, I don't have to be like this. I don't have to live in my life in this toxic place. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you on that. Another thing, too, is there's a couple things that people say that are toxic traits, right? They could say, you're just like your father. You hear that a lot in your house. You're just like your father, right?
Yeah.
You're doing this wrong. It's your fault. But when you have to take that toxicity out of you, you have to start saying, let me take accountability for my actions.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to assess yourself before you get with somebody. Like, she knows that she's not in a good state right now. She's depressed. I hear you. That's a serious conversation to have. Like, sometimes you're hurting, so you want to be with someone to feel loved. But if you have not healed from your traumas growing up, you cannot be the person that someone else needs.
Yeah, and that's why I don't get with a lot of people. Like, they know that they're going through this, and once they're left out of one relationship, they jump to a next one with the same thing, not realizing, like, you need to take time for yourself to self-reflect and realize something is wrong, I'm depressed or something, and I need to try to get help for myself. Some people don't look like that. They just feel like, this relationship is over, I'm gonna jump into a next one.
And social media plays a big role into this because look, we're seeing Blue Face and Chrisean right now, but that's not the only, in the last year, that's not something that sparked up. Recently, Chris Brown actually just tweeted a couple things about Chrisean, and he was saying, what happened between me and Rihanna was years ago. I'm 34 or whatnot. He's like, I'm a grown man, and those are things that sometimes you have to understand is people's past don't define them,
Yeah. For real. And the thing with social media is nothing never disappears. So if you did one thing in the past, it's going to always come back and haunt you in the future.
But if you're now tuning in, this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Griega. I'm here with my girl Jamalia Johnson, and this is Teen Takeover. And we're just going to keep talking about toxic relationships because that is a toxic conversation to have. Let me tell you that much. But how do you feel about Chris Brown and Rihanna starting up this controversy all over again?
Girl, honestly, I don't know nothing about Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like,
okay,
I was in Jamaica that time.
That's fine. You could be in Jamaica, but Jamaica still got the news. I'm gonna tell you that much. And that was something that was out there. Don't try to single them out. Don't play. They still got the news.
That happened with them. I just see a couple of two with Chris Brown and a lady was arguing for some song.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about.
Well, because Blue Face and Chrisean got into a fight again, and people are starting to say, "Well, Chris Brown, you did the same thing, so you can't speak on it." Right? They're trying to make jokes saying, Chris Brown, you beat up Rihanna. You were physically, she was in a domestic violence. Yeah, years ago. But hey, look at that reaction right there. That's the problem. Now, the next time you hear a Chris Brown song, you're like, change this, man. No,
I hear it.
And that's what it comes from, that judgmental side of you, because it's like, no way he did that. But hey, he was young. You know what I'm saying?
And people do
he didn't have that father figure. He didn't have that. So it goes back to what? The toxic homes. You don't have that. So this is what you see, right?
Yeah.
Last year was the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case. Same thing. I mean, they're married though. They're married. We look at him as an amazing actor. Who is she? I don't know, but
bro, I was watching the whole trial. Like,
so you watched Johnny Depp, but you didn't watch Chris Brown and Rihanna. And Rihanna's, hold on, but listen to this. Rihanna's Jamaican. So what are you trying to say?
Rihanna is not Jamaican.
What is she?
She come from Barbados, I think.
Really? I thought she was Jamaican.
No,
My fault. Look at that false information. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. False information. I thought I had up on you on that one. There you go. So you like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case?
Because it was so interesting. Because I feel like she was a part of the abuse too, because they were both abusing each other, and all the evidence, it mostly pointed to her beating him up, but at the same time he did admit to hitting her and stuff like that, so it was a whole mess.
Yeah, I don't know. I look at that one though, but I think we have to work on in our generation the difference between toxic and abusive. Yeah. Because if you are toxic, that's something you have to internally change. If you're abusive, like, bro, you're on a whole different type of timing.
You just beating people up.
No, but that's the thing. Why do people do that? That's the essential question we should understand. Like, when we have seminar, when we're in class, when we're coming to, like, we should be talking about these things. I get it, the whole school connect. Sometimes we gotta, do resumes and essays. But it's like, in all reality, what are we facing right now? And that's relationships. I'm trying to build a relationship with you. What type of friend do I need to be for you? How do I need to act so that me and you could match?
And I feel like a lot of these kids learn these stuff at home because a lot of them are in toxic homes, like with their parents beating on each other and stuff like that. So when they come to school and come to different environment, they feel like that's the same thing that they're supposed to act like. They're supposed to do the same thing, and they probably don't know right from wrong. They probably think that, ooh, it's normal, I should be doing this, my parents be doing it, why can't I do it?
Right, girl, I agree with you. But listen, this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Gariga. I'm here with my girl, Jamelia Johnson. This is the Teen Takeover. We're going to put some music for y'all. Y'all could just enjoy y'all time. Hey, this is my song right here for y'all who are just tuning in. This is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Gariga. I'm here with my girl, Jamelia Johnson.
And we're back.
Yes, sir. So for the next segment, we are doing Did You Know, where we're going to leave you guys with a little bit something to just, learn something today. So Jamelia, this topic for today is going to be like DUI, fashion, all this type of stuff, because I'm not savvy with all that. I'm sounding like somebody that's like, oh, I don't know about them phone nowadays. Y'all on y'all phone all the time.
The old people.
Yeah, all right, not too much. All right, so I got a couple questions for you. So you told me one time that back in Jamaica, right, you used to do people's makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Like, what's the difference from when you did it over there to here?
We did it outside in the hot sun. I'm joking.
Yo, all right. No, you're joking around.
The difference, it really not that much difference. It's just the climate is kind of different over there because it's like summer all year round. But when I just started makeup, I started in the COVID time because I didn't have nothing to do at home. So I was just at home practicing makeup off YouTube. I'm like, it's COVID time. We have to be inside every single day. Why not just learn to do something? That's why I ended up learning to do makeup. But it's really not that much different.
All right, a couple things. When someone is getting their wigs, right? I was so dumb when I had this question because this is something I've been trying to ask you, and I should have asked you off mic because I'm about to get canceled. So, what's the letter mean on the package of the wig?
I think it's the color, like what shade it is. I honestly don't.
So you be going to the store. You're like, let me get C12. Like, how do you know? How does someone know?
I honestly don't know. I buy wigs off Amazon.
Oh my God.
I don't go to the store.
That's why your head be itching. You be tapping it like this. Let Let me stop playing. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna ask you is, what are some tricks? Like, you don't got no tricks. All right, the primer. Like, what is all this business? Y'all just cake your face up, you pat it up.
Prime your face. Like, if you don't put primer on your face gonna be dry before you put makeup on your face. You have to prime your face.
So we just, in this generation, we forgot about moisturizer, right?
Yeah, to moisturize your
so
face.
There's no, all right, so there's no more skincare. We forgot about the whole cleaning the face thing, and we just pat it up with.
Oh no, you gotta clean your face first with
Okay, I was gonna ask that.
Or makeup remover or something to clean your face first. Then you put the primer, your base, and stuff like that. Then you start with the foundation, or you start with your eyebrows. Anywhere you want to start, because a lot of people do makeup different.
I don't know, like, makeup to me is like, yeah, we look beautiful, but I feel like we look beautiful natural. So what's this whole, like, red eyes, purple lips? I feel like it's just giving Halloween, and I get nervous sometimes.
That's too extra. I like simple.
You got the Lakers, you got the yellow, the purple on your face, and I'm like, all right, what's going on here?
Oh, the eyeshadow part?
Yeah, I just
get your face popping, girl. What are you talking about?
All right, we gonna have to have this conversation another time, because you're gonna have to teach me a couple things. I mean, I should know. I should know. But is there any tricks or anything that you would like recommend people when they're doing, like, even like their hair or something? Like, okay, that sock DIY where you put your hair in a sock and you roll it and it curls it?
Put here, huh?
Did you know? Look at that right there.
Sauce?
Did you know, girl? I just educated you. That's the whole point of this segment. I just educated you. Huh? Yeah. So you grab the sock and you roll it and you sleep overnight. You tie it at the top and then boom, your hair's curly.
I did not know that. All I know that people use stockings to use for like a wig cap.
They said stockings or stockings?
Stockings. The accent, the Jamaican accent. The accent.
Guys, do not use stockings, use stockings. All right. All right. Listen, let's talk Super Bowl. We're switching this over to the sports real quick. And I always want to shout out our Weaver. Our girls are going out to the semifinals. So proud of them. But let's talk Super Bowl. When you think about football, what do you think about?
Kicking the ball.
All right. That ends our segment for today, guys. What is going on, girl? No, we're not talking about Ronaldo, Messi, bro. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about football.
Okay, I don't know nothing about American football. I only know about Jamaican football, soccer.
No,
that's the only football I know about.
Did you even watch it, Jimmy? Did you ever watch it?
No, I watch Rihanna though.
Oh my God. So she's like, everybody, Wagwan YouTube, please make sure that you guys come watch our show later with Rihanna. I'm like, no, it's football.
I feel like they should have just canceled the whole Super Bowl and just let Rihanna perform. That's the whole point of Super Bowl that I wanted to see was Rihanna performing.
Oh my God.
I didn't care about the football part because I don't know nothing about American football.
All right, so all of those guys who put in all of their time to sit here and play. You got Patrick Mahomes who had an ankle injury, and you're not worried about that, right?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's all right. How you feel about the show? How did you feel about the show?
The Super Bowl show?
Yeah.
It was really good. Rihanna even announced that she's pregnant with her next kid.
All right. That's a conversation that I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough situation right there, man. You just had a kid, like not even, your kid's not even one.
Everybody was saying like Rocky did not wait that 6 weeks.
ASAP Rocky, ASAP for a reason, man. I don't know. So there's a couple things that is weird, right? So first, she was gone she didn't perform for 7 years.
It was that long?
7 years.
Wow.
Like, yeah, she just, the Wakanda movie, she put Lift Me Up, which was a great song. But 7 years, man.
I think she's coming out with new music.
She said she wants to drop an album, but you guys didn't hear that from us. Because if it don't happen, then we're going to get canceled yet again. So we got to be careful with that, what we're telling them. She's going to tour in Hartford, Connecticut. It's like... I'm like, what? So maybe we just start lying. We like, so she's going to tour. Make sure you guys tune in. But yeah, she ended up putting her hands up to do like the Illuminati sign, right? But some people are saying that's a Rock Nation sign. So Jay-Z has his own record label. I see your eyebrows going a little wonky.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so lost right now.
So Rock Nation is a record label that Jay-Z holds, right? And everyone says he's into Illuminati and all this stuff. And then she puts the sign up for Rock Nation that's Illuminati.
I see people on TikTok talking about God is coming. When they start rising in the sky on the thing, people are like, God is coming.
All right, that's Jehovah's Witness, and that's the people on Sunday knocking at your door, girl. That's something completely different. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to think about that. Who do you think is the next person that's gonna do? Who would you like to see actually as the next person to do the halftime show?
Beyonce.
All right.
Or Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Yeah, I love Cardi B.
Beyonce already did it, girl. Give me a clean
Beyonce
4.
did it already?
Yeah, I think she already did.
I thought she performed in Dubai or something like that. I did not know that she did.
Hey, babe, she performed all over the world, so you can't give me locations like
For
that.
real.
But who are a couple people you would like to see?
Cardi B
Don't say
or Nick-
popcorn. Don't say Shensia. Don't.
Why am I carrying Shensia or Spice? Area. Never big up a Jamaican artist named Shensia or Spice. Talk to me.
Oh my God! Don't say none of that. But did you know Katy Perry did the halftime show?
No, I don't really.
I never heard about that, bro. I never heard. I looked it up. I said, okay, who did the halftime show? Justin Timberlake did it one time. I said, bro, what? I never saw this. How old was it? You don't know who Justin Timberlake is? No. All right, guys, that's enough for the segment. Man, why you don't know nobody?
I don't know a lot of American artists. I don't listen to music like that. So
you don't listen to music like that. So when we just put it, I just want to rock. You're like, I just want to rock.
Who don't know Uzi Vert?
Huh?
Who don't know Lil Uzi?
Oh, did you say Lil Uzi Vert? You know, nobody says that Vert. You're just like Mr. Thorpe, bro. He be saying Lil Uzi Vert. You don't gotta add that Vert at the end. You don't gotta add that part. It's just Lil Uzi. I need Lil Uzi Vert. Beyonce.
Why does the Vert is not on
The Vert is so like, it's like if you're saying his first, middle, and last name, just call him by the first name. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're saying his whole government. Like, just call him Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi?
Or Uzi.
Uzi?
Lil Uzi Vert. Yo, you do too much. But listen, for teen outreach, let's switch this over, and I think what we should start doing, right, that's going to be very impactful, is if we actually start sharing with everybody some teen outreach programs that people can go to if they want to set themselves up for success, which everyone should, so it should not be a if. I attend the Boys and Girls Club of Trinity, right? At the Boys and Girls Club, I've received numerous awards from leaderships and all these type of things. I mean, I get to do speeches and help me with my public speaking.
Yeah.
But that's something I do after school. So imagine being in school for 8 hours and then leaving school to go do more, extracurricular things and
same with me, because I do the Blue Hills, the best program after school, so it's like the same thing. Go to school for so much hours and then I have to stay back after school for more hours. But it's important stuff because we're getting life and that information. So
and that's what I'm saying. Kids don't realize, like, when you go out of your way to make sure that you enter these clubs, these programs, you're literally setting yourself up for success.
Yeah.
And so many adults that I speak to, they're like, girl, if you don't understand that what you are, like how you speak, how you articulate, the way that you
carry yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many kids your age don't have that.
Yeah, because when I'm talking to adults, they're like, you're really 17? I'm like, yeah, because like you don't act like your age. I'm like, are kids my age really be acting like that?
Literally, but that's the thing, then that's good on your end, you know what I'm saying? That's how you allow yourself to be a role model and support others. But I really want a lot of teens in our community to understand that, like, as hard as it is to wake up in the morning and go to school and deal with all of this, like, there's some kids who wish that they could do things differently. Like, there's some kids who wish that, people, especially people who are locked up, they're like, bro, if I could do anything different, it's like, people say stay in school, right? And you're like, all right, bro. Don't do drugs and stay in school. Two things. It's like, all right, bro, whatever. But, like, if you really take a second to understand that, like, school is important. And it's only important because in school there's people, right, who come every day who are waking up the same time as us just to sit here and support us. They don't need it for us. These teachers got one of my teachers, he's got a doctorate degree. He don't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? He got enough money. He's doing it because he wants to help people and support others. I think sometimes we don't see that.
I know that a lot of kids don't see, especially the opportunities that be in the school. Like, there is so much opportunity, especially in Weaver, and a lot of kids don't see that. Like, there's so much teacher that you could go to, like, even the pathways to get internship and a lot of opportunities. A lot of kids don't see that. Some of them just want to be on the street and stuff like that, which is not cute.
It's not.
And then after they finish high school and realize that, like, damn, I could have done this when I was in school. I could have done that. And then it's too late for your mistake. Like, it's too late. What are you going to do?
So what are a couple goals that kids should start kind of implying now that they're in high school to set themselves up for success after high school?
I don't really set goals. I just go with the flow.
Oh my God, that's a terrible mentality. No one do that. Please set goals. That is terrible on so many levels.
I know what I want to do, so I don't really set. I'm not sure if that's a goal, but I just know what I want to do. So
but though you're not, you say you don't set goals, but you're actually setting goals, and you don't realize it. Yeah, because probably. When you say I want to do this, like for instance, your goal, right, is that no matter all the extracurricular activities you're doing, everything you're doing after school, you want to make sure you got here today, right? Yeah. You wanted to make sure you got here on time, right? You set that goal without even realizing that you set that goal. So I'm going to just tell you were wrong. You set that goal regardless, girl. I believe another thing, too, is mastering time, right? We don't realize how punctuation plays a big role into this because don't mind me getting here late, but that's not the point. The point is, right? Let's focus on the point. It's not me. It's not me. So you're giving me that eye. It's about the fact that you showed up, right?
Yeah.
They always say just show up. Whether you show out or not, show up.
Yeah, I love being on time. I would be like 20 minutes early. Like, I just like to know that I'm on time and I'm not late. I hate being late for anything.
That's funny because a couple times you had things and I saw you late. So I'm going to just say, yeah. Now she looking at Mr. Thorpe like, no, she's lying. He said, Jamelia, where are you? No, lying. But listen, so a couple things to set yourself up for success, right, is taking care of yourself. If you could be a better person for others, then when you articulate yourself, it is not somber. You're not shrugging your shoulders. You're not talking to the ground. You got your chest up and you have confidence. Self-love is important, especially going through high school, because you're going to start to try to find yourself. You're going to try to fit in. You're going to try to be, you know, your athlete. You got a jock and everyone's around and you want to be cool. Bro, hold yourself. Pick up your pants. Take care of yourself.
And a lot of these kids don't realize how much important self-love is. Like, you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And that's very important. Like, a lot of these kids don't know that they should love themselves first because they be loving anybody out there before they even love themselves. Like, you have to know to love yourself first before you can love anybody else.
I agree with you, and I think that it's very important that we start taking that into consideration as we continue to grow relationships, right, and go out, you know, continue through high school. But if you're now tuned in, this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Garriga, and this is my girl, Jamelia Johnson. And this is Teen Takeover.
So you got to stop doing that.
This right here don't fall.
I know, right? But I'm like, oh, you hear boom, boom. People at home going, what is
We're
that?
going to be laid down.
People in their car going, did I run over something?
Yeah. For those tuning in, my name is Daisy Garriga. This is 89.9 WQTQ. Here are my girl, Jamelia. We are about to end this very shortly, but we cannot end without shouting out some of our heroes of the month. Jamelia, I know you don't know who this is, but I'm about to educate you real quick. This is my coach man, Coach Moore. This guy is he's so inspirational. So Coach Moore became an All-American basketball player while winning back-to-back state championships at Hartford High School, right? But off the court, you know, he's an empathetic leader who is motivated to keep others, you know, achieving their dreams with decades of experience in coaching, training, and motivational speaking. He actually asked me to join his Athletes for Us, which is, you know, goal setting and joining Zooms. And it's like, these are what I'm talking about, like holding each other accountable. If you want to be better, then you have to do things for yourself, you know, that's going to set you up for success. So he's a coach here for the girls, assistant coach for the girls basketball team, but he goes out of his way to give speeches to us for our, you know, our sports award. And he's just always involved and making sure that, like, we have what we need. So he doesn't want nobody to go through life saying, like, I never had nobody to help me. Like, as long as you met him, you had somebody to help you. Do you have anybody like that?
There is a man in the best program. I don't remember what his name is, but, like, every single day, he's, like, give us motivation to speak and stuff like that. Mr. Warren. I just remember his name, Mr.
He is
Warren.
that important, yes.
Shout out to Mr. Warren.
Yes.
Like,
You remember his
I
name.
never want to miss a day. Because his speeches, like, is so powerful, like, when he's talking to us.
Yeah. But he's done a lot of good, and I really want to shout out Coach Moore because even when I stopped, you know, playing basketball, he still made sure that he reached out to me. He never gave me notes. He's always showed me love, and that's something that as an adult, you know what I'm saying, someone who is, you know, always says, you know, how parents are like, you have to call me, no, like, he always reaches out to me, and he's always there, and I appreciate him, and I see the good he does in our community, you know, constantly. He has his more motivations where he gives out speeches, and I mean, a lot of people joke around, oh, Coach Moore talks too much, but, like, bro, are you guys listening to what he's even saying? Like, this man is educating us. He's been through life. He knows what, you know, happened. I remember one of my a little brother and me passed away, and I didn't want to go to practice. And I actually found out that his mom passed away the same day. I was like, I gotta go, because that man has given me nothing but love. He supported me in every way. So to know that you're going through your own stuff at home and you still show up, I had to give that practice all I had. And, like, you know, we don't talk about Bruno now, I don't play, but I still, you know, care very much about him. And I believe that all of us need a coach more. Somebody who is always there, who cares about personal growth and goal setting, who travels. And it's like, he gives speeches, he's keynote speaker. And we joke around all the time. We laugh about him because we're like, oh my God, here he go. He's like, and days back, back then I used to coach a girl in Oklahoma State, and let me tell you a quick story. We'd be like, oh damn, here he go. But you got to listen to the story. It's motivating. But talk to me about that person, that is a hero to you, someone who's been there to you. What have they taught you?
Mr. Warren, like, ever since, like, piggyback on what you said, like, people be talking like he talks so much, but, like, the stuff that he's telling us is, like, life and death information. He's talking about why he went through, like, he almost went to jail, why he used to sell on the street and stuff like that, because he wants better for us. He doesn't want us to go through the same stuff that he went through when he was younger and make the same mistakes. So, like, it's very important. Like, a lot of kids probably think that, oh, this man talk too much, but they don't listen to what he's saying, like, the knowledge that he's given us. You know what I'm saying? So it's really life and death information. And we always say, like, the student creed. You probably don't. I don't want to say it right now because it's kind of long.
Yeah.
But it's important life and death information.
Right. So we are starting to wrap up the show. So make sure you guys check in with us March, I believe, 19th. Please tell me I'm right. Yeah. March 19th. DM us on our social medias. We have journalism_media_. Shout out your hero of the month. DM us. Let us know some suggestions that we can talk about next time, some topics that interest you. We're going to put some flyers around our building so people can, potentially tell us some topics that we can talk about. But I think we touched a lot of good points. We talked about self-love. We talked about toxic relationships. And I hope everyone, can learn something today. We joked around that Jamelia does not know what football is. Remember that? So next time you think about football, don't let her influence your decisions. What are some of the key things you talk about you're taking with you, Jami?
What, from today?
Yeah, what are some key takeaways you're taking with you?
What football actually is, because Daisy just told me what football actually is, and what about Rihanna and Chris Brown. I did not know
here she goes.
anything
She would
about
never listen to it's Chris Breezy. Turn this off. Mama, do you know what he did to Rihanna? Turn it off. But yeah, there's some really important things that we talked about today. So make sure that when you guys are in class, if you guys are teenagers and you're listening out, make sure that you realize that you want better for yourself. Support those. Be kind to each other. And remember to follow our Twitter and IG at Teen Takeover Show. That's our Instagram. And Teen Takeovers, our Twitter. DM us. Give us some ideas because we are all for it. We want to hear what you guys have to say. We want to know. And this is 89.9 WQTQ. My name is Daisy Garriga, and this is Teen Takeover.
Yeah.